Hi, good morning everyone. So today we are going to talk about the a very simple topic in software testing, and I think most of us are aware also what is exactly the meaning of the defect, bug, and failure. But still, I'd like to give some brief idea about these small these topics. Okay, so because I found that there are still confusions around the peoples, and so that's why I just wanted to clear this doubt. Okay, so let's start this. Okay, so the first we'll understand the what is exactly a bug. Okay, so I think mostly we are very much confused about the what is exactly a difference between the defect and bugs. Okay, so maybe the people say okay, the informal or formal name of bugs and defects both are the same things. Okay, the people assume. So actually what is the bugs? Actually the bugs is a fault in our systems, fault in our application or softwares at okay, and that could be at a function level or at a performance level. Okay, and 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 it could be anything at the code level. It could be some functional errors, compilation errors, logical errors. Okay, or maybe runtime also we get some exceptions. So all are kind of bugs. Okay, mostly if we say the we found the bugs at the unit testing or component testing levels, but it's not always we can get bugs at any levels of testing. Okay, so the next things we'll understand that what could be the reason behind any bugs. Okay, and so that could be a functional errors. So we have a means we are any functionality is not working, and you can say that and that is throwing a error that time. Or maybe the second is a compilation errors. The code is not able to compile by the compilers. Okay, okay, and some missing commands is there, runtime exceptions are coming. Okay, some logical errors is coming and the system is behaving unexpected in unexpected way, or maybe not the way it should be expected. Okay, and the last one you can say that I have mentioned here, inappropriate error handlings, where we have not used a proper exception handling mechanism in our code, and if exceptions are throwing by the code, okay, we are not handling by the proper exception handlers, like file reading and writing we are not handling by the input output exceptions. Okay, or some null, we are not checking the object whether it is a null or some value, so that time null pointer exception. So all those things are kind of bugs. If such type of issues are coming in our code, it's a bugs. Okay, and these errors will be led to a bugs. Okay, the next things we are going to discuss on what is a defect then. Okay, if this is a bugs, okay, all the functions, compilation, runtime error, then what is a bug actually? Okay, so now we'll understand what is a defect actually. So bug introduced by the programmer inside the codes are called a defects. Okay, we'll go further. So mostly the what the defect is, what does it mean? That it is a deviation from your actual and expected results, or maybe uh, the means our the functionality is not working as expected, what it is mentioned in the document specification documents. Okay, or maybe it's a not expected behavior of the product or the functionality, and then it is a called a defect actually. Okay, and defect it should be the solved by the so definitely the when these issues, and generally the defect will be found by the tester only. Okay, or anyone can be found, and it will be solved by the our developer. Okay, in the development phases or stages. Okay, now we'll understand what could be the reason for defects. Okay, so the reason could be any deviations from the customer requirement is called a defect. Okay, if your system not meeting the requirement, it's a defect. Okay, giving and giving a wrong input, and that if you're providing some wrong input and then system is causing to unexpected behaviors, that could be also a defects, kind of defects. any error in the logic code, any error in the logic codes, that can also be led to a defect. Okay, so I'm sure that's is it clear that's what is exactly so main things that what we need to remember, that's any deviation from the actual and expected behavior is a defect. Okay, and this defect mostly will found before the productions, going to the production only. If you finding such issue, any deviations, that is a defect. Okay, and that should be the fixed by the developer development team anyway. Okay, so the next we are going to discuss about the what is the failures actually. Okay, so when a defect or any issues for any reasons, if we couldn't detect any and the defects which is present in our system, okay, and it reaches to the end customers, end users, okay, then it is called a failures. Okay, and once the product is completed, it is delivered to the same thing to the customers, and the customer find any issue in product or software, then it is the condition of failure of a product. Okay, in other words, if an end user finds an issue in product, then particular issue is called a failure. So the same thing which we are calling the defect in our the development cycles, when you found the such issues, okay, or the errors which we have found, right, the code level error which we have found, and okay, that was a defect actually. Okay, but when that defect reaches to the productions or end user is finding, then it is called a failure, and that is a failure of a product because product is not working as a expected way. Okay, now we'll understand what could be the reason of such failures. Okay, so the first is a human error. Some mistakes may lead to failures. Okay, so definitely means we have it could be a while designing a software in the code levels, there are some issues and which is causing the system to be not working as expected. Okay, second could be environmental conditions, and that could be anything like environments, the platforms related, okay, network related, could be anything which is causing the issues, and the way in which the system use, so we don't know, right, how the end user, there are different way to use the systems, means that you can say it could be related to performance, load, stress. Okay, and different type of test data the people using which is causing the failures. Okay, there could be a number of reasons. So in a nutshell, I think it's very much clear what is I'm sure that it's a clear, all the three terms are clear to you. So bug is a kind of issues which we found at the code level, and that could be any compilation errors, runtime error, okay, or system is at the functional errors, okay, where the system is not, where the function is not behaving in a correct way. Then we come to the defects. So that bugs which you have talked, right, so that is only called a defect. That could be also a kind of defect, but mostly when we talk about the defect, it's a deviation from actual and expected behavior, and that is only defects. Mostly that defect will be found at in the software development, in the development cycle only. Okay, and that should be fixed by our developer. The third type of is the failures when that defect reaches to the customer level and right end user levels, and when he finds the issues, that is called a failure of a product, and that could be any reason of things like human errors, environmental condition, or the way we use a system. So I think I'm sure that all the three terms should be clear to you. Okay, let me stop this conversation. Okay, yeah. Thank you.